Um, I want to do a little video about Godzilla versus King Kong. Uh, I liked the movie. I thought it was a cool movie. Um, I had issues with it. Um, I did not like the opening credits scene or opening credits when it was talking about the other monsters were defeated. It didn't make any sense to me because the last movie, Godzilla didn't want to defeat the other kaiju. He just wanted them to know that he was the alpha. And they all knew that. So there would be no reason for them to be defeated, as this movie's beginning credits showed. So that was something I didn't like. Didn't make any sense, because if you go that route, then you kind of make it to where we're not going to see Rodan or Mothra or any Titans again, because according to these credits, Godzilla killed everything. That doesn't make any sense. Especially since in this movie, he didn't kill Kong, and he had plenty of chances to kill Kong. He actually honestly didn't want to fight Kong. He just wanted Kong to know that he was the alpha, and that he, was the prime Titan. And that could, we can point to a lot of scenes to show that he could have killed Kong on the boat. When Kong was laying on the boat and they shut all the engines off, and Kong was laying there and Godzilla was looking at him. Godzilla knew he wasn't dead, and he could have just as easily said, "You know what? I'm going to go ahead and kill you." I think that those, they said, "Well, okay, well, he tried to drown him." No, I think that he let him go because they dropped depth charges. Nothing affects Godzilla, not even nukes. So those depth charges didn't do anything. Godzilla let him go on his own, just to show, like, hey, at any time I can kill you. And he did the same thing in the city. They fought twice. In the city, he did the same thing. He said, "Look, I can kill you anytime I want to." And they fought. And Kong got in some good shots, but Godzilla is millions of years old, and he has a just immense fighting experience. So Kong had no chance, even with an axe. He chopped Godzilla in the leg. He chopped him in the leg, and he still, he took it out and threw it. It didn't even bother him. So again, like I said, I think that in this movie, there was just some things that I really liked. I liked some of the scenes. I got to be honest with you. I did like when they teamed up against Mechagodzilla. I did like that. It actually brought a smile to my face, because they really shouldn't be fighting. I didn't like the first Godzilla versus King Kong, the one in the, what is it, 60s, I think it is. I didn't like that one. I thought that was stupid, because King Kong is not that size. If you look up the history on why they made that movie, it's because they actually want to do King Kong versus, I think it was Frankenstein. And I can't remember what happened. And then Toho said, "Hey, how about Godzilla?" So they increased Kong's size just so he'd be a chance for Godzilla. So honestly, King Kong is not even the size he's supposed to be. And people will say, well, in Kong Skull Island, they said that he was still growing. That's so they can make this movie. That's not the history of the character. Godzilla has always been this size, give or take. Kong has always been 50 to 100 feet, and that's it. Kong climbs buildings. So anyway, they made this movie for fans. And back then they didn't make it for fans back then, they made it for money, because they wanted Kong to fight somebody. So it's really a non-canon thing. This movie is non-canon, and the King Kong versus Godzilla, the first one, was non-canon. Evidenced by the movies after had nothing to do with Kong. They continued on with Godzilla fighting his, normal foes or whatnot, and they continued on with King Kong being his proper size. They didn't make it, okay, well, he fought Godzilla, so we can keep him that same size. No, he's proper size is what he's supposed to be. These two shouldn't even be fighting, you know. Uh, and honestly, I think that you could have some creative writing, and you can have King Kong as his regular size in the Godzilla universe, but you just have some creative writing, you know, and you have him fight some of the skull crawlers and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I didn't like that. And again, you got those people that want to say, "Well, Kong this, Kong that." Kong almost died 3 times in this movie. Actually, he almost died twice, and died the third time. They had to start his heart again, so he died. You know, the first time, like I said, Godzilla almost drowned him, but let him go. Second time, he almost died by that flying snake creature. The humans had to save him from that. He was going to die. And like I said, then Godzilla almost killed him. And of course, you got people that argue too, oh, well, he beat Mechagodzilla and Godzilla lost to Mechagodzilla. Kong didn't beat Mechagodzilla. Let's go back and look at the movie again. Kong was about to die again. They both were going to lose, Godzilla and King Kong. The only reason that didn't happen is, if you remember, Kong was, and they might have beat him. They might have beat him. I think about it, but Mechagodzilla had his tail spinning around in King Kong's face, and King Kong couldn't hold it anymore. And the only reason that it stopped is because the humans. So Kong was about to get his face all tore up had it not been for the humans again. So the humans stay rescuing Kong in this movie. And I'm not mad about that. I just want to point that out to people who say, well, he beat Mechagodzilla. So no, the humans beat Mechagodzilla, and then Godzilla helped Kong finish him off. Had it not been for them pouring the coffee, which was, of course, stupid, pouring the coffee in the computer or the whiskey in the computer, he would have, he probably would have got his face impaled. He probably would have been dead. Again, maybe Godzilla would have stopped that. Who knows? But we got to talk about the movie we saw, not what we want to see. And that's what happened. It really was no contest in the fight between them. Like I said, but it was a good movie. It's a good movie. A good standalone movie. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're gonna, but the things they did in this movie, I don't know if they're even gonna be able to make a viable, fourth movie, because they strayed away from so many things that they set up in King of the Monsters, and it kind of makes it, awkward in how they're going to try to put things together. The Hollow Earth wasn't a empty planet, or a planet on the inside of our planet. The Hollow Earth was just, numerous tubes going through the Earth that Godzilla was using to travel to different points on the Earth. But they tried to say, okay, well, it's a planet. Well, here's the problem. Godzilla going through those tubes would be free falling all the way to the ground. And how would he get through another tube? So they kind of messed up the writing for this movie, for the last movie. What else was not that great? Trying to think. I think another thing with this movie is, again, the biggest glaring issue for me is just the lack of Titans in the movie. Everybody wanted Godzilla versus King Kong, and that's great. But, we wanted to see some other Titans. Godzilla was pretty overpowered. Even in his earlier his earlier movies and whatnot, he wasn't that powerful. But it is what it is. I didn't mind it too much. Um, let's see. If I had to rank what I liked more, King of the Monsters or this, King of the Monsters, because King of the Monsters is more nostalgic. It has the old school themes, Blue Oyster Cult. It has King Ghidorah, Godzilla's most famous and more powerful enemy. It has Mothra, Rodan, classic monsters. I really, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. This one I enjoyed, but that last one was more nostalgic, really more so for fans, like real serious Godzilla fans. This one was more for Godzilla lighthearted Godzilla fans. Let's see what else. I think that this one had some pretty good scenes in it. But King of the Monsters had better scenes, better atmospheric scenes. But all in all, I thought it was cool. Trying to think if there's anything I didn't like more than I think the biggest issue was just the fact that they tried to say the monsters were all dead. Just I didn't like that. But anyway, let me know what you think about my theory about Godzilla not really wanting to fight Kong and letting him off the hook a couple of times and just saying like, "Hey, dude, I don't want to fight you. You can't beat me, so just stop." And then about the theory about the not even a theory, but what they actually just showed about the whole monsters being defeated and whatnot, and being dead or whatever. We may not get movies with them in it because they said they were dead or defeated, I guess you could say. And tell me what you think. What your favorite movie is? Out of this, I know people say Kong Skull Island and whatnot. Like I said, mine is King of the Monsters because I'm more of a Godzilla fan and I like the nostalgic monsters. I like Kong too, and I liked how they portrayed Kong in this movie. I think they portrayed him better than Godzilla, and I actually didn't have a problem with the movie being more centered on Kong. I actually liked that because we've already had two Godzilla movies, so we kind of know how Godzilla is. This movie, I think, was fair to have more of a focus on Godzilla. Anyway, please subscribe and like my channel. Follow me on Twitch, Beam Cannon 1, Twitch TV, and subscribe and follow and check out for more discussions. We're definitely going to have a lot more discussions coming about a lot of different things. So stay tuned and click that bell and click that like. And I'll see you next time, everybody.